It's not for always. It's just for when it's really important.
Thank you. Welcome to session 18, I think, of Dreamers of Kiriak. We had a really weird session last time. Can anybody help me remember what happened?
They left an old lady to die in the street and she got stabbed to death.
Yes, that was an ordinary park.
Didn't
Yes.
think it could get more chaotic, and it did.
Okay, yeah.
Last session, yeah.
I like how you always start with, it's this session, I think, but you're always right, so I don't know why you're always questioning yourself.
I'm wrong a lot more off stream. It just, it gets to you. We are joined by Aaron and Stephanie and George and Jordan, and if I remember the beginning of last session, you guys were in front of the clerk's building, and a bunch of guards just took turns. They didn't really take turns. They just kind of all went at it, stabbing shit. Well,
Well, our heroes went invisible and ran away.
well, the paladin just kind of walked up on his horse and was like, "Sup, guys, I would like to peacefully and civilly talk to your manager." And then he flipped his hair.
Turned invisible and left.
Yes.
Before you got stabbed.
Everybody who looked
Okay.
dangerous and had weapons on them either left or was ignored, and then Asha
Yes.
got
And
dogged
you
out.
keep
The-
saying I turned invisible.
The terrorism
I was
suspect.
turned invisible.
Yes.
I didn't shoot.
Also, they said, stop resisting, and you were like, no! And then they beat the shit.
Despite not actually resisting, you still basically said no. I was actually kind of impressed how you managed to do it. It takes effort to actively resist while you're not actually
What even was I
resisting.
resisting?
They just said...
They just said stop resisting, and you were just like,
Yeah, meanwhile,
No.
mine was just walking into the building.
Riding.
yes,
On a-
right. On a many-toothed
Yeah, but they
horse.
told you to stop, and you whipped around and, flipped them the bird. And it's like, well, I wonder what happens next.
And then, yes, the rogue and the sorcerer teleported into an office, and a dwarf came in, and he had this whole protocol already set up for how he was going to react to a hostage situation. He was very accommodating, and he gave you guys some information, and sort of not really-ish volunteered to go find this identification that could tell you who specifically put up the hit against you, if we want to call it that. And then you guys raided his liquor cabinet. You found a letter of his. You found some tokens and
Some liquor.
some liquor. Yes.
We started with that.
And
But we left the liquor. That was his payment for.
the paladin, Mr. Nine, was let into the clerk's office, and he was shown to a room deep in the bowels, and snoozeth, and there was a metal grate for a ceiling, and there were apparently two mages squatting up above that just fireballed him as soon as the guy who was showing him around left. And the druid Ashit was a ladybug or something at the time, or a lizard. Cat, stop scratching yourself. A lizard, something,
No,
something's
No, it was
a beetle. Yes.
Then, yeah.
And both fireballs kind of hit and did absolutely nothing, probably chilling the mages up above to the bone. And then the paladin is just like, yes, so some things are about to go down now. And he just walked out and tried to find some people to genocide. And all he found was the one dwarf trying to, help provide information, who he, I don't know, knocked out after interrogating or something. I can't remember. He squeezed his head real good.
Yeah.
It didn't pop, so he might be okay.
That wasn't verified, I don't think.
But he is not awake.
He is not awake at the moment. It was found that there was a secret door through which it seems that all the staff have left because Nine was tracking the guy who was showing him around by his cloak, something like that,
Anything he was wearing, I was just
Yeah.
using find object.
and determined that he was just speeding away underground in the opposite direction that you guys ended up going. You ended up stepping out, and I think Nine got sniped by a couple dudes
Again.
and then you guys you spent all of your effort in trying to hunt these two guys down. You eventually hunted these two guys down, and I think you murdered one and then knocked one of them unconscious with
Not in that order.
with a smite.
I knocked him unconscious with God.
Yes.
Or something.
You did that, I'm pretty sure. And then you murdered the other one?
Oh, yeah. I
Okay.
threw a javelin into him.
Oh, yeah, okay. Did anything else happen?
No, I'm still up on the roof.
You're still up on the roof. You do have your boots at least.
Yeah.
If I recall correctly, we learned, or at least the dwarf that we interrogated thinks that it was a captain of the monster hunters that put out the house.
Yes. That was what he
there's no
found.
technical proof of it, just that he's pretty sure that's the only way it could have gone through and gotten late.
Right. The circumstances of why there was no information of a certain kind marked down and why it wasn't stored that's probably to hide the identity of that person. And I think there was some talk like, hey, Goras, your friend's a captain of the monster hunters, isn't he?
And he is.
Yes, I think the last thing I did was ask Goras again. He's not paying attention to me. If he is these two people that we had just
Yes.
walked in the street.
Yeah, I was on the back of a horse.
Yes, you were. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Nine said a lot of things about like revenge or something while we were on the horse. His horse lost all sense of control as the horse just took him for a ride and he kept firing firebolts from
That was
the.
such a terrifying looking horse.
So I don't think I've gotten a great look at them yet.
No, I'll replace it. There we go.
It's been tainted by what haunts
Better
me.
I'm not sure that's better.
It's more divine.
That's the horse.
Well, it-
Technically, it was at
It
one
was more
point.
divine, yeah. there
All
we
the
go.
things you have, you don't have a horse?
I have a horse. I just don't want to take out a horse when I can show off
He
my
only has
angel.
heels.
Okay.
He doesn't have a regular horse.
I have mule. Is what
That
I
is a cool guy.
Yes. I opened like one box. That was the one that basically only one I wanted. I was happy to find it.
Nice.
The two people. Goras does not recognize the two people. Neither does Solir. Your current character is Solir, is that correct?
Yes.
Good grief, I can't keep names straight. Yes. None of you recognize these two people.
I will psychically communicate that to Slayer because that should still be up.
Okay.
So talk to him when he's within 4 miles of me. So, yeah, I don't recognize either of these. That one's a little bit smushed on the ground over there, so maybe I'd be able to recognize him if they weren't so smushed. But
He kind of looks like he's still standing up due to the javelin.
yeah, they're all a little beaten up. They're kind of pulpy.
I tie up the sleepy man.
All right, can you make me survival, please? Sleepy man.
I got a 12. Why am I proficient in survival? Whatever.
No,
That's
did you
cool.
have to tie people up?
Probably. That's probably the sole
Alright.
reason I've gotten good at survival.
Probably. Well, you tied this guy up. Now what I gotta remember is which one you killed, and which one you left alive.
I believe
That's mildly important.
Eldritch Blast guy is the one that's dead.
I think so too.
Okay.
Yes.
So let me mark that off.
Oh, you mark him off. He's been offed.
Yes, well, while they're doing that, I'm just going to stay up in my vantage point and make sure there isn't a third or a fourth or a fifth person lurking
Okay.
around.
Can you give me perception, please?
I call horse back to me.
You recall horse.
21.
You cannot see anybody that you think is a threat. Pretty much everybody has run indoors after the murder started happening.
Okay.
Or the self-defense started happening. So they attacked you first.
Technically, so, well,
They attacked you first. I
To
am
be fair,
coming down
I
from on high and
fired
saying
an
they
arrow right over their head.
He
Yes.
summoned red lightning.
that was after they shot me. They shot me
Yeah, they shot you a long time
with
ago.
intent to kill, and you fired a warning shot. That's very gracious.
Okay, so this
Well, that's because I wasn't sure if they were just drunk people wandering down the street or actual bad guys.
this dude
Not that Slayer
Who you
really
tied up?
cared that much.
is a elf, an adult elf, who is wearing under a set of ragged, supposed to be looking like ordinary street person clothes, is wearing leather armor, and has a little hand crossbow that he never ended up using.
I strip him of all of his weapons and whatever looks like a casting focus and take any money he has.
Okay.
'Cause he shot me twice now, and I don't like it.
He has a bracer that has a ruby on it, and that is the closest thing that you can find to a casting focus. Please mark it down now, because I will probably forget later. Let's see. And he was also wielding an arming sword that was stuck inside a stick to hide it.
But no money.
But no what?
Money.
Yeah, he had money. He had 59 gold.
Dope.
He had 3 silver. He had 5 copper. He had nothing else of interest on his person. No notes, no identification. Actually, he had a Monster Hunter's insignia. Both of them did.
Not shocking. Well, to most of the party,
other-
probably.
The guy who was Eldritch Blasting has a this little bone talisman that you think is an arcane focus, and no weapons, and no other belongings, actually. No armor.
I whip the bone talisman at the witch with, like, undue ferocity. Like, this seems right up your alley. Yeet!
What was it?
It appears to be a bunch of chicken bones on a piece of wire.
What?
I don't notice what direction it came from.
Thankfully, it's ranged, so you don't have extra damage dealt on that.
Ashit hasn't, had her nap yet.
I'll give her a fucking nap.
Does 9 stand for nap?
No.
I don't
But
know where
I'm
I
sure
would
we
go
could
with that.
turn nap as an anagram into something along the lines of 9 beats the crap out of you so you're sleeping now.
9's aggressive punch.
Ooh.
9's aggressive pimp slap.
Love it.
There we go. We nailed it.
It does 9 damage when I nap somebody.
Which is incidentally enough to knock most peasants unconscious.
When you deliver your one-liner, it's time to take a nap. You gotta explain it, and that kind of removes the whole.
You explain it after they're unconscious, so it doesn't matter.
You gotta say time to take a
So
nap.
what
So
percentage
it's
of your
correct
damage
spelling. So then they're
Just because
confused,
in a
like
city
naps,
just
and then you
because of
have
being
to...
napped.
There we
Where's
go.
all of it?
Oh, okay.
Just walking around town handing out naps.
What'd you throw
Yeah.
at me?
A bone talisman.
That's what I thought. I just have to figure out how to add it.
I'm gonna throw unconscious guy off on my horse, push him off my horse, but like not
Like just
aggressively.
gently and
just
kind of like you would a cat that's sitting on your desk.
Like, okay, I'm coming off. Okay. Of course. Probably does not stick the landing. It's fine.
Can you give me acrobatics?
Can I self-impose disadvantage?
Yes.
Still a 15 with disadvantage.
you land perfectly fine.
You're
like a
used to
cat.
tumble.
I just fall off backwards, completely flip over, just land at my feet somehow. Like
It's like how drunken style works. You're not tense at any point, so you just slinky.
oh, okay, guess we're doing this. Oh.
So you've got what time is it? I have not been keeping track of that last session.
Well, that was morning. Plus
Yeah,
a
it
couple
was-
hours
right,
was late. So it's probably
Was it
still
a couple
before
hours?
noon. I mean,
Don't
Like,
think it was that long.
It was basically
At
7
most.
o'clock at the very beginning of the session.
Yeah, I think we had to wait in line for a couple hours because of retconning.
That was
You
before
didn't. The
seven.
retconning meant that you guys were like the first in line because you woke up at about 4 in the morning.
yeah, but we still got there at like 4 a.m.
Okay,
Yeah, you got there at about 4 a.m. and then you had to wait for them to open, which was at 7.
that's not
And
gotcha.
we probably only waited
because
around
we
for a
weren't very
half hour
long.
tops
You didn't even-
before everything
No.
burnt to the ground.
That wasn't even half an hour. You waited for maybe 10 minutes.
I was very upset at that 10 minutes. It felt like an eternity.
The amount of time that you spent. Oh no. You waiting at the front door there was half an hour probably.
Yeah, they just zooped in and did a bunch of crap. I was...
Going through the office while it didn't take.
Okay, why are you not advancing time?
It's fine. We're gonna take him
My
back to
module machine broke.
Yep.
Let's see if I configure. Well, let me do something. Okay. Things reset, but it reset us to the 1st of April, which I know it wasn't. I can look back at some point and figure out what day we're actually on. For the moment, though... Okay, why are you not working?
Ignore it.
Yeah, I'll ignore it.
You have to look back anyway, don't...
Yeah. So it's still pretty early in the morning. It's before 10 o'clock. You guys have a prisoner. You have a corpse. You have an empty building with maybe a single dwarf in it. And you have... The paladin has people running away that he's aware of in the, like, opposite direction to you guys. You're aware that monster hunters put this hit out on you. You're not aware if there are any others that are actively in the area who know where you are or who you are. What will you do?
We can bring him back to our bar. Nobody knows that's that.
We're bringing him back to the cult. This is one prisoner I will turn over to them for interrogation. This one has wronged me.
You don't want to just do it yourself?
No. I'm not weird enough.
The cult does have some pretty weird people.
I want what happens to them to be weird.
They'll probably involve the wizard who may or not be the king of magic, the emperor of magic, whatever he was, president of magic. We'll go with that. I'm sure he calls himself president of magic at some point.
I don't want them to know what's happening to them, but I want them to want it to stop.
Do we know anyone that does weird things to people? I'm not sure. Nothing's coming to mind.
Well, Rat's dead. Granted, that didn't stop him from doing weird
No,
things
that's
to
a totally
people.
normal childhood. What are you
There we
talking
go.
about? Of course it is. It's the only childhood he knows.
It is by definition his normal childhood.
Exactly.
This is true, you can fungus them all up.
Later.
This is just so strange that nothing is strange.
If this was Aaron's campaign, I would let Sylvia take care of this.
Oh, yes.
Can I set forth just a tiny little fungus that crawls up his urethra?
I would ask for a medicine check. But yes.
You
Do
stay
you not know
away.
where that is? Do you get roll a die to check?
He said he'd roll.
It's fine.
I'll do that when we go back.
You're not doing anything to him.
I'm not doing that in the street.
Anything
Please
that
don't
might accidentally
do anything in the
explode
street.
something inside him. No.
Can I do 9 of them at the same time?
He only has one urethra.
He
I think
does.
she's talking about him.
If you make a 9 medicine checks, we can talk about it.
That'd be the most confusing medicine check.
That's gonna be what happens when you crit fail the medicine check.
Ooh, cool.
He
Oh, no.
actually only has one. I'm so confused. Why is it me?
How did he get that name?
Are you guys going back to the cult then?
Yes. Those people in the tunnel are probably long gone by now.
What is the manner of your approach? Are you being stealthy, speedy,
They
regular?
blew up the fucking front door.
I'm just asking. You don't have to do anything in particular. I'm just asking.
We just go back. If there's more snipers, that's just more people for us to kill.
Might as well take them a couple at a time.
A bit of time passes, not much, and you can get back to the cult.
Woo.
He's carrying the guy?
Yeah,
On the
I mean,
horse, yes.
You
He's
put 'em on the
unconscious.
horse, huh?
I will carry him inside the building on horse as usual because I don't care.
The street is eerily quiet.
It's not that eerie.
There should be lots of people across the street at the moment because it's like 10 o'clock in the morning and this place has the best, like, pastries.
No, wasn't a building in the neighborhood just recently blown up?
Not in the neighborhood, across the
Across
street.
the street.
Yeah, so
Didn't stop them last night. There were people up this morning.
Whatever.
I can hear the music so clearly right now. Nothing else to compete with it.
That is absolutely true.
It's gonna go down.
What's going down? The music shouldn't go down. No, never. Well, it sometimes goes down. Do you think it's gonna go down?
Why did I want to throw paper towels?
Paper towels do not exist in this universe. That's a waste of paper is what that is. Maybe emperors had paper towels just to flex on the peasants.
Sometimes the music goes down when there's bad things happening. You say bad things are happening?
Probably. But first, let's go make sure a bunch of bad things happen to this guy.
Okay.
We're gonna go in and find Miss Leader Lady stupid.
You don't find anybody.
There's no cult people here?
There's no cult people in the entire building.
Well, they're dead. I start looking for money.
You see there are magical scorch marks here and there. There are broken doors. A lot of broken doors, actually. Broken furniture. The entire kitchen is just like a mass of charcoal. Like everything that could have been burned has burned. Like the fire apparently didn't spread. There's no smoke, oddly.
The musical chef, no.
You find no corpses either.
We have to rescue my friend.
Weren't your orphans here?
Orphans were here, yeah.
Oh
Yes,
shit.
good point.
No sign of orphans either.
No sign of orphans.
Cast locate object again.
It was
No.
probably the orphans that did this.
Christ, am I gonna have to do this? What's the spell slot on this shit?
Leave the orphans in there.
I'm gonna cast sending to the musical chef, whose name I forget.
Okay.
Because
I had
chef
the name, didn't I?
understands the music.
Grunwig.
Grunwig. Grunwig, it's me, it's Goras. We heard the music together. Are you safe?
You're
Are you
fucking
okay?
out of order.
What?
There's
You used so many words on
Excellent.
There's-
this is in line with Goras.
there's no response.
Does it work though?
Do I feel this
It-
will work?
It does work. I mean, this is essentially just telling you what happens. What happens if the person's unconscious?
They wake up, I think.
Okay.
I don't think
Unless they're like magically for like it'll.
we're beaten unconscious. I think if they're just regular sleepy time, it's
Yeah.
fine.
If they're like knocked out, that might be different.
I'm sure that in your
If speaking.
in your experience, you would know the difference between what it feels like if you're trying to send it to somebody who's dead versus somebody who is just incapacitated, and that is what returns to you.
Yeah, it's like when I try to speak in 9. It's weird. It's like static.
There you go.
Emptiness.
Cast locate object on the boy orphan.
That people aren't objects.
The stuff he's wearing is object.
Do
So you might have given him a little
awesome.
hat or something.
To Asha, are orphans objects? That's the question.
If I believe it's an object.
No.
What are the stipulations for that?
1,000 feet.
Okay. Does it specify anything else?
If it's
This-
moving, you know its direction.
The spell can't locate an object if any thickness of lead, even a thin sheet, blocks the direct path between you and the object. So if he's in a lead box, that won't work.
Okay. You cannot locate him.
He's in a lead box.
Specifically, just him in a lead box.
They're all in a lead box.
That freaking waste of a spell.
Is it-
Goddamn orphans.
His ability to find lizards was too overpowered.
And then, where do they keep the
They
money?
were going to use him to find 9.
They had money. I wasn't under that impression.
They gave me quite a bit of it. They might not have any left, but if they do, I want it.
There are no possessions missing. That, there's nothing major missing. There specifically are like hidden caches of valuables and money in safes that could have been carried away easily by like a few dudes, and they are just lying right where they were.
I start collecting valuables. I don't care if these people are
I
dead.
mean, they are safes. Would you like to break the safe down?
While he's doing that, Slair's just going to go across the street because if everybody's left over there. There's a lot of free alcohol.
They are closed down.
That's not gonna stop them.
There's a sign that says, "Please come back tomorrow."
That's absolutely.
Sure, he's heroic.
Looking for like tracks and footprints and whatnot. That's survival, right?
There are, yes.
I do.
Please do. Don't break your phone, please.
23.
You find lots of tracks and footprints. What you find is in the main room, the main chamber of the museum, it's like there's a ring, a big ring of footprints that just kind of spread out from a fairly undisturbed portion in the middle of the floor. Like, of course, people have been walking back and forth, but like there are a ton of muddy prints that just kind of all spread out from a ring in the middle where there aren't any muddy footprints. You do not see all these footprints leading out of the museum again out from the cult building in any direction. You cannot find signs that they went outdoors properly.
They've portaled themselves away.
What if there's a secret floor hatch?
Walk around listening for changes in the music. So
If there was a secret floor hatch, then
You
that
will
part of
not
the floor
find any
would've been
changes in the
disturbed.
music.
Alright.
Is there a secret floor hatch?
Is there,
We found one.
you did find one, and it was like the little drain that led to the wizard's lab.
But like in the middle of the circle.
In the middle of the circle specifically, you cannot find a secret door. The wizard's lab is also empty, but actually the wizard's lab is the only place where everything valuable has been taken. And it looks like no fight has happened in there compared to everywhere else. The wizard's lab looks essentially untouched, just absent everything, including the giant vat of goop that he was working on. The vat is still there, the goop is not.
I want to use my key right in the middle of the floor.
You can use your key in the middle of the floor. There is a trapdoor that will lead you down to the lighthouse.
Cora, stick your head in there. Is there anything different about this one?
I stick my head in there.
There's nothing different from previous encounters.
It's about just as high as it was before. I really don't want to fall down this one.
Okay. I'm out of ideas. That was me being helpful. Asha goes and takes a nap in the corner. I close the portal before Goras falls in.
Actually, I lied when I said the music isn't any different. If you move a few yards outside the perimeter of the cult building, the music is suddenly silenced for about a meter, and then it resumes. There's no gradation to it. It's just like a ring of silence
So
surrounding the
Boris will be
building.
walking outside, and his usual reaction to the music stopping is just to collapse. So he'd just be walking along normally, and someone just fall
Understandable.
on the floor in a sense.
And that would have happened the first time you approached. It's not like it just popped up now that you're inside it. I just completely forgot.
Alright, so we're not. So Boris is outside having a panic attack on the ground in front of the building.
I'm still desperately trying to turn over the lady's office, just looking for anything I can steal.
You find a lot of drugs.
I'm not surprised or interested.
Understandable. You think that they were trying to sell the drugs.
Well, Solera's so concerned about the tavern owner and his patrons, he's going
Yes.
to unlock the door.
Okay, can you please give me a lock-picking check?
11.
It's a very heavy-looking but very simple lock, and you can get it open.
Just going to look back and check to make sure that nothing too bad is happening to Chorus.
He's panicking with no
on
C.
the ground, like rolling back and forth.
Well, maybe he'll go in and see if he can find something that will make Gardas feel better.
Okay. It looks pretty uneventful in here. Looks like they didn't really bother cleaning up before leaving. There's no staff here currently. There's lots of alcohol. There's some food that had been prepared that morning that's just kind of sitting out. That's
Did
looks
the
like
people-
meat and eggs and pastries.
Did the people gambling just leave their money on the table when they ran?
That is not the case. No,
Too bad.
there are some house gaming sets lined up in their nooks. Gaming had not started for the day, so they just hadn't been taken
Seems
up.
like it's breakfast time, so Solera's going to go rummage about for food and
All right, the
make
food.
himself breakfast and go sit at the table.
The food is all cold by now, but you can very easily make fresh food and go sit down and have a good meal.
Nobody going to help Goras.
He's fine.
You can roll me a d6 and get that much temporary HP for breakfast.
1.
Unfortunate. They're a little. They didn't pay money for the good eggs, I guess.
That could be the difference between life and death.
It could be.
Could very well be. It's only the last HP that matters, and you just got the last HP.
We go outside and poke Goras with a stick.
Why is it so quiet?
We gotta poke him louder.
How do you do that?
He yells
Do you
"Thwack" as I
swing
do
so
it.
that the stick whistles?
Oh, you need to include like whistles in your child beating sticks.
The silence is so loud out here.
You're acting weirder than normal, Goras.
I will crawl towards Asha. Like, please help me.
You crawl back into the music.
Stand right back up. Well, that was weird.
No weirder than normal, really, but why?
Didn't you hear the silence?
I'm not
It was
explaining this to you again, but
Huh.
are you having music problems again?
Yes, yeah, I was. Just a second ago. Now I'm okay though.
So he hears it outside of the circle or inside of the circle?
There is, to Goras, there is a ring of silence around the building.
So he keeps walking toward the building. He hears it.
If he walks, now that he has passed the silence, he will hear the music again. Unless he moves all the way through the building, goes out the back door, and walks into the silence ring again.
Well, I was in the ring, and then Asha approached me, so we were next to the ring, and then she
Um,
barely crawled out.
Was Asha inside the ring?
Yeah, I was inside the building.
So if you move toward Asha, you would be inside the ring now.
So I was inside the ring.
Okay,
Asha
so
approached the ring, right? Or did Asha come?
You were
in?
on
so
the ring.
yeah, there's the building here. There's a ring here. You approached it from this side,
Okay.
and then Asha came to you from this side. You walked toward Asha.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I thought it was like one spot, not like.
Gotcha. And you wouldn't necessarily know it's a ring until you
I
did
have no
experimenting. It
Yeah,
might
can I-
might just
can
be
I
a
get
wall
him
for all
to
you
walk
know.
around and determine where the
Goras is
boundary
not
is?
smart enough to.
You could torture Goras
I
into
would-
the scientific
I
method.
would
Yes.
love to, yes.
Why is it so silent in so many places?
So then I just push him in and out of the If I push him in and out of the circle as I
He'll
lead
just
him
get like
around.
really sad, and you pull him back and he'll be happy, and then really sad.
So they were considerate enough to the neighbors too.
So I'll
Silence, all the
enjoy
screaming.
toying with Goras's emotions for as long as this takes.
Okay.
I'm
I don't know
trying
how long
back
it
out,
takes.
actually.
I'm gonna take a few psychic damage.
Okay. Please take D4 second.
D4. Okay.
But we do determine
One.
that it's around the building.
See,
Um,
I wonder if
you can determine
maybe
that, yes.
Wrath didn't start off bad. But after the years of being with Ashen,
I want to step outside the ring and try to locate object again.
Okay, you step outside, nothing changes.
Damn it.
Good idea, though.
well, pretty soon you'll be out of spells.
I'm getting there.
Come out onto the stoop right in front of the door on a horse and just start screaming, "Does anyone know how to open a safe?"
No.
Fuck yourself.
I'm going to studiously ignore him.
Safes aren't meant to be open unless you're the one that like knows how to open it.
That's why they're safe.
Yeah, they're
You
safe.
see. It's all in the name.
So nobody knows how to open this. That's the whole
It's a
point.
dress sitting down like a dog.
Yes, I suppose when I'm done eating, I will go to find whatever it is that he
Okay.
needs opening.
And just for the record, the supposed ring of silence, none of the rest of you notice anything different about it than regular air. Unless you're starting to like throw spells or different things at it after Goras mentions it. It's not like it's literal silence for any of you. The music is just not there for him.
Okay. So it feels and looks and behaves normally. For
It might as well just be regular air.
I will explain to Solaire what that is.
Last time it sounded like that was when Ost popped out of Banna's head.
Christ, is your head gonna explode?
I hope not. I'm rather fond of my head.
Your head feels perfectly fine.
It's still there, right? I feel it.
It is, yes.
I keep looking at it though, just to make sure.
It does not
A
explode.
watched head never bursts.
Well,
That's not true at all.
It's really
We
is.
watched like 5 minutes explode already.
If we don't have orphans anymore, who is he to us now that he's not the nanny?
Oh, it's true.
Mm.
Your services are no longer needed. You can go. I'm not paying you. No orphans.
You didn't get a picture of
I don't know,
that.
his horse is pretty cool, actually. I like driving his horse.
The horse is
Not
pretty
just
cool.
for that.
See, that is exactly why the guards were so terrified of him. That's how they saw the horse.
If you were closer to me, I would kill you. But right now, I want this stuff.
So the horse appeared as a giant angel and he was just riding piggyback on.
The horse is on all fours. Sorry,
So
the angel's on all fours.
What is so important, Nine? That we interrupt breakfast?
Yes.
These
There's
people.
free breakfast across the street, by the way.
Oh, sweet.
Help yourself.
I want everything valuable from this stupid cult. I'm willing to share.
There are. Oh boy.
What are we called?
Yeah, they're
I
cold
have
now.
made that joke every time the terms come up at this point.
There are fittingly 9 bricks of drugs.
Any drug in particular, or does it just say drugs on it?
Goris recognizes these.
Anyway.
Did the shipment accidentally end up here instead of...
Oh, maybe it followed us. Maybe
Yes.
I misunderstood.
Goras can give me a medicine check at advantage if you'd like to identify them.
I got
14.
head exploding cocaine.
Okay,
Things you have a positive adjustment to.
Anything charisma based. That's it.
That's it. Everything else is
Everything
negative.
else is like 1 or negative.
this drug is colloquially known as sawdust.
These are bricks of sawdust. That's good stuff.
It causes aggressive teeth grinding that, kind of sounds like a saw to other people nearby. And it makes you feel invincible. It's pretty gnarly stuff.
That stuff really made me feel like I'm the chosen one. Like I already know I am, but it made me feel it, So if you want to feel like what it's like to be
you only need to snort like a little bit of it. So this is a lot of sawdust right here.
We could have a lot of chosen ones with this.
I don't want any of it. I want monetary value.
There's a lot of monetary value here.
I've got some connections.
Perhaps that could be converted into monetary value.
I don't have time to sell drugs.
How big are these?
I do.
Like the size of a brick.
Alright. I'll take one just because I take a bit of everything.
Okay, you take a brick of drugs.
Nice. I have 8
Can we
drugs.
just all carry a little bit of incriminating evidence?
You gotta spread it out across the party. Put one on the horse too.
That way, no matter who they search, they try to arrest us.
It really doesn't matter at this point, I don't think.
Of course, we think it makes sense. Sure, he'll take one. Take
Okay.
a brick of sawdust.
So we have 2 people taking a brick.
Yeah, I have no use for brick sawdust.
No coins, no gems. I hate
Not
these
out in the
people.
open. You find some small change here and there, like, I don't know, frickin'...
Little did I realize it. They could take all of their combined savings to pay
Find
them
it.
1,000 gold.
83 copper throughout the whole building.
I will take all. I had a feeling they were dry, but not this dry.
You find no alcohol because they were dry. So are the rest of the bricks of sawdust just gonna kind of sit there? What are you guys
If no one
doing?
else takes them, Goris will take the rest.
Okay.
How many were there?
Ashid is taking 1, then there are 8 more.
8 bricks of sawdust.
I want to tie the
Each weighs a
prisoner
pound.
to a chair in front of all of the drugs that everyone is taking.
Goris will, he's got, the oil, the grenades, and now he'll have like flasks of, or not flasks, bricks of drugs, just like,
I love it.
Taped.
yeah, like bound to him by like leather straps. This is how he carries things. You never know when you need to just pull it out in
A
combat.
bandolier of cocaine.
Oh, that's a good. Can we just?
Have the druid summon a tornado and just throw a brick in, and then send the tornado?
Hard
Send the
person.
tornado through a crowd of cows. I just
If I catapult a brick at somebody, surely they'll
Why?
nail some of it.
Probably yes.
what? You said why?
Yeah,
Because then you'd have a bunch of cocaine cows and you'd have them.
Cowcade, if you will.
that's not helpful.
They'd all be chosen cows. They'd be invincible chosen cows.
They would no.
Yes, they would.
You're not gonna know unless you try. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
You
So
need to get around those both being concentration spells.
I don't know. You take enough of the stuff, you might be able to like concentrate on everything. for like a second, and then you die.
Taking up this stuff, you might become the
Switch
king of magic.
conditions.
There you go.
Have concentration.
You should mix
Yeah,
it
the
with
wizard never
water
ended
in
up
the
actually
bowl.
going to
Yes.
another dimension. He was just, really high.
Doris wouldn't think of that, but let's be glad he doesn't think of that.
Let's interrogate this fucker.
So you have him tied to the chair. He is unconscious at the moment. Would you like to wake him up?
Nah, we can just hang out. He'll wake up eventually. Specifically in a D4 hours since he was knocked unconscious.
Right. I'm gonna say an hour's passed by now.
So this is the plan.
So roll me that D4. Oh, careful.
That's
3, so 2 hours pass and then he can wake up.
Do not roll metal dice on your phone. I feel like I
Can I
should have
short
to
rest
tell you
on
that.
anyone?
Yeah, everybody can short rest, except for the dude. I mean, technically, I can't remember. Their Sage Advice says you can short rest while you're unconscious. Is that right, or is that not right? I can't remember.
Not if you're knocked unconscious. You can't do anything until that D4 is
Yeah.
up. I'm pretty sure I'm a D10. Let's see.
I think you can short rest while unconscious. Was the thing, which does make the D4 hours kind of weird.
Now you get 1 HP when... No. Yeah.
Okay,
after
1 second.
D4.
Short rest. Dang it. Short rest.
Y'all woke Solera
I need to
at
figure
4
out how
o'clock
hit
in the
dice
morning.
works
He's
on
going
here.
back to bed.
Understand? Yeah, we were crazy people. We went to bed early and woke up at 4 a.m.
We had shit to do.
The shit we had to do was go wait in front of town hall for 2 hours because we got up too early.
Long rest requires you to have 1 HP. Short rest has no such requirement. Neither rest requires consciousness.
There we go.
If you have no hit dice to spend, though, you will be unconscious for 1d4 hours.
Ah, that makes sense. That's where the stipulation is.
Which means this guy is,
Yes.
Yeah, 26 is a mess.
after being flopped into one place and allowed to short rest, the guy is in fact going to wake up.
That's the plan.
Alright.
He's going to wake up at some point. Can I get perception rolls from everybody, please?
I was staring directly at him the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm very angry.
During the time that you were, searching the whole building.
No.
19.
Though I did search the entire building with Horace and he would have been on him the whole time.
Understandable.
6.
Haha.
That's what happens when you're asleep.
Alright. Eventually this guy comes to. Essentially, as soon as you tie him to the chair, he opens his eyes.
I'm amazing at this.
Calculated.
Why are you sitting on the floor?
Because Cat's in there.
It's the same place he was.
Yeah, but he needs the whole couch. Anyway. I just lean in real close and go, "Hello. Would you like to do drugs?"
Not really, but I'm guessing I don't have a choice in the matter.
Just
No,
made the
you
back of the
do.
brick just tap.
You do have a choice.
Oh, do I?
Yes, your cooperation keeps you from things.
Alright, and how are we going to define my cooperation?
How satisfied I am.
Oh, I don't like this game.
You shouldn't.
It's gonna get raped.
9 is completely unaware of the sexual implications, but the longer I can keep accidentally making, the better. Don't make this hard.
You guys sitting there clenching everything.
So it's the first order of business then.
So this cult is gone. You knew that was gonna happen, right?
I don't even know what this place is.
The cult.
The cult. What kind of cult?
The cult. Listen.
Interesting. You seem like a pretty cultured guy.
Oh, we actually called that just our name. I get it now.
I'm gonna show him
Now it all makes sense.
my Monster Hunters thing
Yep.
that I still have and go, "No, it's fine. I know your captain's trying to kill us."
Interesting. Whose is that?
Mine. Listen,
That explains a lot.
you basically accidentally had an inside man on this. You guys aren't very thorough. I killed your friend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's very dead. It was actually kind of an accident. He was a lot weaker than I thought he would be. I think you might have been tougher.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for his sake.
Yeah, listen,
He's got a lot to answer for now.
I just need to know where your captain is, or I'm just going to leave. And I feel like if I just leave without, the whole vengeance thing, I won't be satisfied. You want me to be satisfied, don't you?
I don't know. But unfortunately for both of us, I don't know where my captain is. I've been on stakeout for a good 3 days now.
Yeah, you keep shooting me.
Yeah.
I do have
Usually
a
people die when I do that.
Yeah, you shot me twice the first time and I didn't even flinch. I don't know why you thought the third one would work.
Because it's my job. Usually you shoot people enough times and they die.
Yeah,
I
that
just thought
doesn't,
I'd just, keep doing it.
that doesn't work on me.
Yeah, we're not very good at dying. So
Yeah. I'm kind of beginning to realize that. Kind of beginning to realize why there were 2 of us on this job.
That was not anywhere near enough.
keyword
No.
was.
Can you point
Yes.
me in the right direction at all? Who do I start killing next? Because I can go with you.
I mean, you certainly could.
I'd be out of leads.
Well, I think you're out of leads at the moment because I don't know that I have much to tell you.
Like even the next higher up. Anyone else that's in on this.
Are you a monster hunter?
Other than me.
Why don't you know who's the next higher up?
On you, not me.
I mean, I'm just an average Joe. I just do what comes to me. Sometimes there's a extraplanar incursion by some jackass who thinks he's a god, and you just gotta take out the idiots who think that they're gonna do something that matters.
Yeah, the cult, I wasn't big on them either. I just kind of took them for all their money. We didn't actually help them in any small way. At all.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about them.
Neat. Listen. You're about to get really, really high.
Yeah, I figured that.
I hear you lose your teeth when you do that, so I think you're gonna have trouble
Oh, you
answering
got the good
questions.
stuff.
Actually, I have multiple good stuff. Would you like to browse our menu?
I don't
I've
know.
got these pouches of something called lightning dust that I forgot what it does, but I have them.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I really don't like the sound of
Have you
that.
ever mixed lightning dust and sawdust? at the
I've
same time?
definitely never done that.
What if you add the magicide into it?
Oh, I don't like that either.
Have you heard of the king of magic?
You will.
Is that your boss?
Listen, you're very magical. I'm pretty sure magicide alone would liquefy you. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be one hell of an
Seems fair.
experiment to see the rest. You need to give me something I can work with because he is very stupid and he will give you everything.
Yeah, I'm not. I only move the stuff. I'm not good at administering it.
Alright,
Definitely not safely.
I'm gonna try to help you as best as I can. Which is not. And I want to be perfectly clear about this. That's not very much. He does little hand gestures despite being tight on the chair. Yeah, So, oh gosh, what was your captain's name? He was Mio Zan. I think that was his name. So yeah, Captain Mio.
Oh, I know him.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I think.
I didn't. Well, captain's such a generic word. I didn't know. Okay, yeah, move on. Sorry.
So we got intelligence that y'all been corrupted by extraplanar entities and need to be purged before you infect other people. That you've been convinced that one of the old gods is gonna return, and it's definitely not the case.
What are extraplanar entities?
Yeah, he's a little slow, isn't he?
We'll explain it later. Go on.
And so, if you're doing that for the public good, you need to be purged.
You or not.
Well, I'm certainly not going to try to argue with you.
I'm sure someone adjacent to us was trying very poorly to do that.
Well, to the best of my knowledge, I don't know of anybody higher than Captain. But, he's good 2 tiers higher than me. He kind of oversees the whole region. So, we've at least got that level of investment in this. Maybe, a couple hundred dudes trying to murder you, but had a very hard time finding you since you came to this city. I mean, once we figured out you were involved, that was, kind of a piece of cake, because you kind of cause a lot of trouble in the city. So, I guess there have been some tabs been kept on you for a while. I don't know, I don't live here. But as soon as they figured out that they were, you were their associate, we just kind of followed you around.
I feel like this is very legitimately a huge misunderstanding.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
No, I know.
I got hired to shoot some nudes, and that's what I did. For the good or whatever. I don't know.
I'm not even convinced we can sort this out.
Yeah, probably not.
I would absolutely love to speak to the captain. How do you contact him?
Well, I'm afraid I don't know.
I could do that.
Oh,
Well, I mean, I can speak to it, but
that's went up on me. You know, I got my assignment in a letter, so I literally haven't seen him in the last 3 months.
What's your name?
The name's Mag. That's with 2 G's.
Me. Hey,
Cause I'm a G, yo.
don't make me hit you.
I feel like that's inevitable at this point.
It's not. I feel like just my general intimidation aura leads me to have to explain to a great many people that I'm not going to hurt them inevitably. I need you to tell your captain, we got Mag here.
I can't do that.
No, I'm talking to him.
yeah, I can do that.
Oh, that's helpful.
We got Mag here.
Not for you, it's not.
Oh, unfortunate.
We're not actually with the cult, but we got information
I
on it.
literally know nothing about the cult. Just want to reiterate that. Literally no idea.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's fine. See, that's the whole crux of the issue here, isn't it? Like,
I'm sorry about that timing.
Perfect.
your whole thing is to stop us because of this cult that neither you nor us have any idea. It's
I mean, my orders were very specific. It's Goras and Slayer and some other person I don't know the name of because their name was not known. And I got a kill. Nothing about a cult.
yeah, I hate.
And Antonin. We can't figure out where he is though for some reason.
I hate most of those people.
Is that, or is killing more your specialty?
What's that?
Is it, could you help us figure that out, or is killing more your specialty?
I am good at finding stuff out. Do you need help finding out where this person is? I was gonna try to do it anyway. I can't do that voice anymore. Sorry.
Yeah, we do have a bell that you could ring to go like see him.
Oh,
Perhaps.
right.
That sounds dangerous.
Well, he rang.
That sounds like extra plate of travel to me. Is what that sounds like.
Oh, is that what that is?
Do you think the don't really know, he just disappeared. He became invisible.
Unless it's
It's a
like
boat, not a plane, but-
unless it's like waypoint magic, but you know I have to imagine that's above your pay grade.
We're above your pay grade.
You know that is entirely fair.
We're probably above your captain's pay grade.
I would know nothing about that.
He
He's
really
my
should.
captain, so if we're above his pay grade, then we're
Correct.
above.
Goras is making an elaborate chart in his head that includes exactly 2 people.
If he's over this entire region, he's probably all of our captain. Probably.
You have not heard of him, Sawyer.
I'm asleep, so I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
So I tell my captain, we have Mag.
Yeah, and we.
They're not gonna pay my ransom or whatever.
Oh, we're not ransoming you.
There's
We
free breakfast across the street.
just like have no idea what's going on and would like to just tell him everything we know
All right.
and to stop trying to lay traps for us.
Okay, I'll tell him that.
Did you see that he winked at you as soon as you took the victory?
So I'll send him to Captain Neo and say, "It's me, Goras. We have Mag. He's fine. Said something about a cult. We don't know anything. Very confused. Stop setting traps, please."
You're one short. One of them was
That might be the most efficient message Boris has ever sent.
He tried real hard. He wanted to do good.
You get a message back. Thanks, Gorass.
Mag's head explodes from
Thanks, Gorass.
Happy you met Mags. How many words is it? Send back. Okay.
You're up to 6.
Sorry you feel trapped. We can discuss. On Turtle Island. 3 days.
3 days, Turtle Island. Tell me to start. We can discuss.
He was 6 short, and one of them was So,
Captain Mears always appreciated.
What's Turtle Island?
I don't know.
hey,
None
where's-
of you know what Turtle Island is. It's a little island off the coast.
Blizzard Winds with the
Like
turtles.
there-ish.
Are there turtles there, or does it look like a turtle?
That is where the turtles come to lay their eggs. And so everybody comes to steal the turtle eggs.
Oh,
Can you send him another message?
Yeah.
legs.
They're demon turtles though, so it's okay.
Tell him, like, no, seriously, no traps. We're legitimately just going to tell you everything we know. This is a misunderstanding.
That's a lot of words.
Well, not those. You can paraphrase.
It just no traps.
Yeah, no traps. We are trying to cooperate.
Okay, I'll cast sending again.
Okay.
I think there's a misunderstanding. We are trying to cooperate. We really don't know anything. Please do not ambush us again.
Of course not, Gorass.
Fuck this guy.
Do I trust it?
You do.
You do. Yes. Without, can you give me insight with disadvantage, please?
Can do. That's a natural 1.
Okay.
Perfect.
You trust
For
him
a
without.
total of 0.
He's captain. Why on earth would you question him?
Yeah.
The other roll was so much better.
The 3, yeah, that's great.
Like, I just want to tell this dude that God keeps trying to talk to us.
I can tell him that. I can cast this like a couple more times. Technically.
Nah, don't bother. They're probably going to try to kill us again today.
I got a big discount on sending. I can cast, if I really want to, I could cast sending 24 times per
Good
day.
grief.
Okay, go ahead and do it again.
No, seriously, this god keeps trying to talk to us.
Tell him what the head's exploding.
And the heads are exploding. I have no idea what's going on, and everyone wants us dead, and I don't get it. Please help me.
Including the guy you're talking to.
Yeah.
Yeah, including you. I really need a friend here.
Hopefully you can possibly convey to this guy who knows you're like you that you might actually be so in over your head that this might not be quite fair. Honestly, if he wanted anything, he should just try to talk to you and you specifically alone. You would tell him everything and probably help him kill everybody else.
Oh, I'm not the end there. My friends keep telling me to say these things. I trust them. But, they're not sure.
You're so far over the 25, but it's fine.
Thank you,
I'll
Gorass.
spend more points. It's fine.
Thank you for clarifying, Gorass. How much food should we bring for your friends?
That's
How much food should we bring?
that's a trap.
Are we bringing him? I'm not pointing to Mags.
Yeah, what Max? You want to come to Turtle Island?
Sure. Do I have a choice?
I mean, you're off the hook.
I mean, I
I
feel like I
untie
don't
him.
want to be involved at all in any of this.
I just untie him.
You know, I'm sorry for shooting at you.
No, that's
Nothing
fine.
personal whatsoever.
They hired me to kill people all the time. This is like normal.
You know, as far as I'm concerned, my job's done. I, did my best. Gave it my best shot several times.
Yeah, if they try to make
I don't know
you
what
do
they
it
expect
again,
if I
it's
shoot a
not-
guy like twice and he doesn't die. Like,
It's just straight up not gonna work. So if you get those orders again, you have to
Right.
just not or
you don't put a cat on a cart and expect that he's gonna haul it. You need a horse for that. Like,
oh yeah,
so yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, nice to meet you all. It was
I put a friend on a cart. But wasn't a horse. Do you want to meet him?
I feel like the answer is no.
Okay, that's fair.
It was real nice to meet you. Thank you for not pumping me full of drugs.
Yeah, do you want to do a bump of that?
Not really, no.
I've got a lot of it.
Got a bit of history. Really don't want to go back to that. So,
I hold up the braces. Are these special or you just cast with these?
oh yeah, that's just a focus.
I just give it back.
No, thank you very much.
No, that's fine.
Sorry about your friend.
No, he wasn't really my friend. He's actually a colossal asshole.
Oh,
Sold the soul to somebody or other. Kind of don't understand why, he was allowed to continue living, but,
That must have made stakeouts really tedious.
he really didn't talk much.
Yeah, that's good. Hey, if you get a message back to your captain, you gotta tell him to stop trying to kill us.
If I get the chance, I will relay the message, I suppose.
Like, we are...
I really highly doubt that's gonna happen, though.
if you get assigned to Turtle Island, turn it down.
Yes, thank you.
If you shoot over our heads, we won't kill you.
Oh, that's a good point, actually.
Thank you.
Take the job at Turtle Island and then
Oh, that's-
sabotage it for us.
Definitely not promising that. But if I end up in a position where I gotta shoot at you,
You just...
and I don't think I'm gonna kill you,
Oh, you won't.
You won't.
like,
They could bring an army.
I'm
They
not-
fireballed me twice before you shot me today.
that is utterly
You
terrifying.
know,
Yeah,
I've
I'm just-
never died before, so I don't think it's going to happen.
That is
But I mentioned I
entirely...
did a lot of sawdust back in
You are utterly insane, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, so just, like, miss, or we won't. Because no second chances here, buddy.
I will take that to heart.
Okay, great. Get the hell out of here.
He leaves.
Ah,
That'll teach you.
sorry.
This captain's a douche. I feel like we're gonna have to kill everybody before he finally just, like, listens. And then his head's gonna explode. So I'm not sure what it...
That does seem likely, yeah.
I don't know, it doesn't matter.
Honestly, if not for the head exploding god thing, I would just leave now that the cult's gone.
Oh, speaking of, like, the cult being gone,
No.
I'm sending again to the captain. I'm
Now, you
running
don't
out of
be
points
taking
now, but...
Okay.
Oh yeah, by the way, where are all of our friends? There was this man I met in the kitchen of this place. It was really nice.
Orphans.
I know where
Oh,
your
yeah, orphans. Yes.
I know where your friends are. We can talk about it when we meet. How many friends are you bringing?
I hate him so
Oh
much.
yeah. He did ask a question earlier, and I totally just like ignored it. How many friends are we bringing? We're not bringing Mag, right?
He's gone.
He's gone.
Well, you can tell him we let Mag go, because we're not interdimensional god worshippers or whatever.
I'll cast sending back. So one less than usual because we let Mag go. So one less than you're thinking.
He's dead.
Thank you for letting Mag get back to his work. He works almost as hard as you, Goras. That is all.
It's fucking, like, automated voicemail bullshit.
Like he's talking to an
I can
AI.
cast sending 2 more times.
Yeah, don't...
Out.
No more of that. What would a monster hunter do to go to some type of home office or whatever in the region if he oversees the whole region? Do they have posts?
I have a genius idea. Alright?
Mm-hmm.
So we know he's gonna set a trap for us.
He's already hit a bump of that sawdust, so he has a genius idea.
No, I took some of the lightning dust actually. Oh, so I had a brilliant idea while I was sampling some of the drugs earlier. Just a little bit. So if we know he's gonna trap us at Turtle Island, what if we just trap around the traps that he's trapping around us?
What's that?
We'd need a boat.
I have a boat. It's kind of in another place. I do have a boat. Technically.
Let's just get a boat from this place.
Okay.
It's closer.
As far as talking
Sure, the other boat.
to a superior, you usually don't get to just go to a home office. You are supposed to go to your local little tiny bureaucratic office in whatever town that is larger than a village. And you may be invited to like a hotel to meet your superiors. There are no like central locations that are public knowledge outside of in the capitals where like the saints themselves are.
Well, you know, our home office is empty right now. The little local state buildings.
That wasn't the Monster Hunter's office.
Well, let's go find the Monster Hunter's office.
Why are we finding the Monster's office?
We got time to kill. They said 3 days.
True, but if we want to get there before then.
Just wants to annoy the crap out of Solaire and interrupt his sleep again.
Oh, they're absolutely already there. You don't.
They wouldn't do that. I trust my cat.
The captain did say that he was definitely not going to have any traps.
Their
Do you not
snipers
trust the captain?
already had a rappel system set up, a disguise, and a mannerism for walking away from the scene of the attack while they were camping out, with all of the intel they had being that we showed up 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, but then they summoned red lightning from the sky before they did a covert attack. Didn't seem very covert.
Yeah, they're not good at what they do. They just plan a lot of steps ahead.
So we need to plan even more steps ahead.
No. We need to plan 0 steps ahead and punch them in the dick.
Okay. I'm good at planning 0 steps ahead. This is more my speed.
Are you good at punching things in the dick?
No, I'm not good at I can cast fire at the dick. That's
Good
more
enough.
my speed.
I'm good at handing out naps. Let's go see that office. Maybe we can leave him a note.
Poor Ushit didn't even get to, do spore surgery. Spurgery.
No,
Wait,
my one regret.
All of our prisoners keep cooperating. They don't need to be tortured or murdered.
To be fair, I mean, look at all this stuff I have. I feel like the combination of a few must scan a little bit.
There's also a professional respect, since both the prisoners have just been dude who got hired to stab things for money, and that's everything I'm about.
That was my job before too. It's usually just less people and no monsters.
Yeah, it's like they're just confused attacking us. There's no way they know.
They
what
just
they're
didn't see the
getting
little
into.
level bar above your head.
These poor little level 3s running around.
Sorry, Key.
Let's go visit the office and then go get a boat.
Goras knows where a boat
I have
is.
a boat.
Different boat.
I've never actually tried to take the boat out of there.
You have never tried to take the boat out, I don't believe.
I'm gonna try it right now before we leave the
Okay.
Colts place.
So you're
Open
going to
the
use your
door,
key, open the door.
Head in.
Alright, your boat is not at the shore.
I call to it.
The boat comes. It comes cresting over the horizon.
Isn't there not a door back when you go through there?
There is not a door back, correct.
You're gonna have to
Well,
go.
Goris announces that.
Yeah,
he's gonna go
where
get
did
the
you
boat.
make the door?
Wherever we were with the prisoner, I would just walk up to the nearest wall.
Like, did you
Okay.
think to attach a rope to yourself because we've done that?
Nope.
So Goras
By Goras.
effectively falls through the
Seven
wall. Into the room on the other side. He falls
Doesn't his
unconscious.
body stay with us?
Oh yeah. You'll just have collapsed, right?
Yeah, he collapses through the wall, effectively, into the room on the other side, which you can easily get to. And he ends up on the shore and he calls his boat. There is nobody in the boat.
So there was a globe I could pick.
There is a globe, yes.
And are the only 2 places I understand here and the.
You don't even understand here. There is the one place you understand is the Slot Tavern.
Gotcha.
You would need to do some deciphering, which is not really Goras' strong suit in this particular regard.
I'll get off the
You
boat.
do have a friend who knows how it works, though.
I do. I kept sending too many times today to someone, but too much sorcery point conversion. Yeah, Goris is gonna get off the boat, head to the shore, and just keep calling the boat to see if it will come onto shore.
The boat does not come onto shore. It remains on the astral sea.
I just shout up at the sky. I'm ready to wake up now. Any time now.
We don't hear him.
If I left the door open, would that?
If you left the door, the problem is the door opens in the graveyard, and you have to walk a ways before you get to the shore proper. You have to pass out of sight, basically, from the door. So they can faintly, give me perception, everybody who's
I'm
outside.
shouting.
He is shouting.
Ooh, what?
20.
Can you give me an athletics roll to see how loud you shout?
Athletics? Sure.
It-
Can it be charisma athletics?
If you were trying to shout dramatically, yes. This is just volume, I would think.
I'm actually proficient in athletics.
Oh,
I think
nice.
that's my background. So that's a 21.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can hear him.
Why is this wall screaming?
You hear a faint sound coming from the open doorway.
It's Boris.
out now.
I don't think I can take the boat. I scream as well.
Nobody knows he went in there to do that.
The door is open right in front of you. You definitely know that he went
Just
through.
waking up.
We go poke Gorath with a stick.
Ah,
Yeah. He wakes up.
I can't take the boat. I don't think.
Did you try lifting?
Could you take the
I
boat
didn't
to
try
where?
lifting. No, that's a good point.
Could you take the boat to where we need to go?
I try to summon the boat right now outside.
It doesn't work.
If we went to the boat, would the boat take us to the island?
I don't think so. Maybe. I only know how to send it to a specific bar. It was very nice though. I got all these nice coins. I beat them at dice. All of them.
Yes, you did very well at that.
I don't think they like me very much because of that.
Well, I think we have enough money to buy passage on a boat.
Bye.
Let me.
Why do you want gold? We don't want to buy anything with the gold. Just acquire gold. Oh, like a dragon. Okay. I see where this is going now. Okay.
Method acting.
George, can you give me high or low, please?
We'll go high.
As it happens, 9. You remember at this point that the cult does have a boat that they own. It's the... Oh gosh, I gotta have a name for it now. What's a good name for a cult boat?
Bodie
Yes, yes,
McBookface.
yes.
Stop trying to make everything Bodie McBoatface.
This is a boat that is more extravagant than the cult needs. The abbess uses it basically as her personal vacationing vehicle.
Does Karen's boat have a name in Greek mythology? Because that sounds like the kind of edgelord shit a fucking cult would go with, even though it's like a really happy.
It's gonna be Craft with a CH.
Nice.
I think there was a name for that boat, but I don't remember. What it was.
Probably.
I don't recall.
With an E on the end.
But it's a very.
It's sheer
happy
coincidence that
looking
it sounds like the word craft.
Craft.
Crafty.
Yield craft.
So the cult does in fact have a boat.
Yeah, we'll go to that later. I want to go leave a complaint memo with our home office and see if they can just, through the cycle of months of bureaucracy, eventually cycle it up to him. I'm just putting in the paperwork so that there's a notice ahead of time when I murder my captain.
So is anybody going with you to the office?
They don't know where the boat is. They don't have a choice.
They could just stay here.
We could go across the street. It's gotta be lunchtime.
Oh, I haven't
by
had
now.
breakfast yet. Yeah, it's true.
That is
I
true.
think it's lunchtime.
We can do
Sure,
that
I-
first.
Yeah, breakfast, lunch.
Brunch.
Let's
They
go
been
have
running since 4
mimosas.
a.m.
They have no champagne, but you could make a bastardized whiskey
This-
mimosa.
This food has now been sitting out for many hours.
They got
have-
more
they
in the
have
kitchen.
fresh food.
Oh,
You
good.
just have to make it yourself.
They use a lot of vinegar in their cooking.
I'm not good at that.
You know, I need to be able to make stew.
Anybody who would like to go eat a meal, whatever you want to call it, can take D6 temporary HP.
I want to have the token white girl brunch.
What does that entail in this setting?
I like it in this setting.
I-
Just remember-
I don't
Goodness,
know
man.
enough about gluten-free bullshit, but I want 9 to know.
You have
Okay.
avocado toast.
So you specifically need to order a gluten-free entree, and then your dessert is not gluten-free, and you say it's okay.
It's
It
okay.
That's
It's
what you
my
gotta
cheat.
do.
You'll pay for it later, but it's okay.
Yes.
And some kind of
I mean, you got bread, you got cheese.
needlessly alcoholic,
Yeah.
but really tutti frutti drink that's way too small for 9's huge fogs.
Are
They-
they open for business now?
They are not. No.
Oh,
No, we're just doing this
So who
ourselves.
the hell are you ordering from?
No, I just know how to make this.
Oh, okay.
Ian's hidden talent is
Solera's not
gourmet
making
cooking.
this for you.
You make yourself
Can I get one
a,
of those too?
Oh yeah.
you make yourself a
Thanks.
fruity drink, and you make yourself like, I don't know, eggs and toast. There's ham. You can have. You
Aren't there
can.
avocados in Taylor? I thought we established
Are
this.
there? That's a different
Champagnes
world.
that count.
Those were. That was in the Desert King world.
Abominations.
Those were they turned out not to be eggs, they were actually avocados. One of my not fine moments of improv.
I thought it was fantastic.
I don't think that avocados grow in the frozen wastes here, so
It was a good enough bit of improv that even I remember this and I wasn't there.
well, that's good then. No avocados.
So we go file a complaint / confession. We steal a boat, and then
So there's no point to us carrying around these stupid cult tokens they gave us.
yeah, hang on to it.
I'll hang on to it, I'm just not going to put it back on again. I'm just going to
'Cause
put
we
the
didn't
Monster Hunter
find any
badge back on
bodies.
again.
We didn't find any bodies, so like they might come back with money. I don't know. I have no idea.
Specifically, they might come back with money.
I hope
See,
they come
now-
back with
now
our
you could have
orphans and
replaced
friends.
your Monster Hunter badge that you lost.
Oh, I did lose that.
Yeah.
You can take the dead dudes.
Didn't the cult take it from us? Can I just find it?
Yours, Antonin had it. He was holding on to it for you, and then he
right, that's
evaporated.
right.
And I did not give mine to the
Yeah,
cult.
I don't think the cult ever asked for them. I think they told Nine to tell you to just take them off and wear the other medallions,
Gotcha. Okay.
which are the amulet's
But, I mean,
protection
It
against
seems
scrying.
like if we're going to the home office,
I'll take the muscle right.
Okay.
Yeah, I
just
mean,
It's not as
well
nice
wear
as
the
yours was,
Monster
but-
Hunter badge, so.
Shame.
Which means it's identical. It's just not yours.
Oh,
To Gorath, it's clearly different.
really?
You have one of those Ashes or no?
Oh, what?
Monster Hunter badge.
Asha was not a monster
This
hunter.
one doesn't sound the same as the other one did.
That's unfortunate. The Monster Hunter office is a dingy little office, nowhere near as nice as the clerk's office you were just at. There's no line in front of it. They do have a little pasteboard sign that says open in the window.
just walk in.
There's a clerk behind the desk. He's a human. He looks up blandly and says, "Good morning, sirs, madam."
Aye, the region
don't-
captain is trying to kill us.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before, like, Nine walks in, Goris is outside, doesn't even care that Nine walks in, Goris puts a check for traps.
Okay, can you please give me investigation?
6.
Just as the captain said, there are no traps.
Okay, that's no traps here, guys.
But it's suspiciously no traps.
Yeah. No, I trust my
I'm
guy.
sure we'll be going back there. We had 3 years ago.
Does it?
I just don't know how to do that.
I'm obligated to ask, do you have any hunts to report?
No.
He begins to pull out a piece of paper with a form on it.
No.
No.
Oh, hunts to report. It's been a while since I've reported. We killed a lot of things.
He pulls out a few more sheets of paper. How many, sir?
Sorry, actually, this isn't my regional office. I probably shouldn't.
You can report them. You can report them anywhere, sir.
Oh, I can? I never read the instructions, sorry. I can't.
Oh, yeah,
so-
we've got a lot to report.
Yeah, we killed a lot of these, like, things.
He sighs really deeply.
They're, like, fiery and, like, spidery, I think, some of them.
That sounds
So,
horrible, sir. I'm sorry for your
Dozens of
experience.
them.
Dozens of them.
Yes. Oh, if they were all the same thing, you can probably lump them under one.
They're different types.
Yeah, they all look kind of similar. They were all spider themed with lots
Oh.
of fire, but
He's dejected more and more with every word you say.
yeah, you don't need a lot more than that. I'm sorry.
Perhaps we could put together a compounding report. Might be able to save a few.
Does it have to be done in person? Because our friend who's not with us also killed some.
Oh, true. Yeah.
It was he a part of your excursion?
Yes.
If
I'm pretty sure they
if you
keep
had
it next to kin.
if you have three witnesses to then you can preclude his claim, and then we can do it all now. Oh, why didn't I call it today?
How many different things have we killed?
There was the spiders first. Just the spiders.
Well,
The
yes,
big
but there were
spiders.
those like guard things.
Hmm.
I don't remember what they were.
Monsters.
I can't remember.
I've mostly been killing people.
Oh yeah, that too. But you know,
A lot of people.
Yes, you don't need
That's
to.
more
You
recent.
don't need to report that.
Yeah.
He's scribbling furiously on these. There's like this big sheet in front of him with all these little boxes everywhere.
There's a monster.
He's like drawing lines between them and drawing circles around things.
What do you call someone that's both a person and a monster?
If they're a monster, they're a monster, sir.
What if you have to kill them twice because when you killed the body, it kind of separated, you had to kill it a second time?
The ultimate incapacitation is the primary factor we're considering here.
How do we know it's not going to just come back again if it came back once already?
That is a little above my pay grade, sir.
How do we know that any of the monsters we killed are dead, actually? Now think about it. If they can just come back.
Well, were
Maybe
there
we don't have
necromancers
anything
involved, to your knowledge? He reaches for a bright red piece of paper off to the side.
To my knowledge, no.
Under what circumstances did they come back? If there weren't any necromancers
There was lots
involved.
of blue goo. You know, we went to a place that was like the place where it wasn't.
Do you mean a different town?
A different orphanage.
It's hard to
There's
see.
another orphanage.
We're not sure what town it was in.
Yeah, but it was a different orphanage, like the orphanage we were in.
Oh dear, we're dealing with
We don't really know where we were.
That's not important, I suppose.
Yeah, he's gonna have
Did
to
we kill anything down by the beach?
dust off all kinds of weird, like,
Yes,
they only
Oh,
have like
okay.
5
We killed
sheets and they're
things
from
down by the
6 years ago.
that's where Rat died the first time, actually.
Well, yes, but Slither wasn't there for that one. Slither was back in the orphanage.
Oh yeah, you woke up earlier, right? You never came up with
Yeah,
this?
I never came through the portal for that one. It's a long list.
Like, would
It's been a long time since we've been in town, sorry.
yes, it'd make things much more convenient if you had been a little more regular with checking in. Would you be amenable, all of you together, with a lump bounty?
That works.
I could offer 213 pieces of gold.
Is that okay with you, Ash?
With our experience as monster hunters, does it sound like a reasonable
that's right.
sum?
No.
Like way lowballing it?
Like, based on everything that you've been murdering, this is probably like 10% of
Hmm.
what
I think
you
that'd
would
be
think
enough
you would actually
for
get.
like the one dude that came back twice. That'd probably be enough for like that.
All right, if you are not amenable to the
I
To
think
the
we need to file a
compounded-
full
I think so.
report.
then I'm going to need to send the boy to get paper. Boy. Yes, says the boy, who looks like a younger version of him. I need you to get paper from the paper man. Will you please get some paper? Yes, father, he says, and then he scurries away.
Like, don't call me that at work.
Because I need you to come back this evening. I'm not going to have the forms prepared before then. You,
How long does it take to get to Turtle Island?
It's a few hours off the coast, bro.
Oh, we got time.
Yeah, come back.
Now you said something about your captain trying to murder you.
Yeah, the captain
Was
of the
that a
region.
joke?
No, he's got the wrong. He thinks that we want traitor or
Oh,
something.
so would you like to report him for misconduct then?
No, I don't think he's misconduct. I think he.
It's a bit misunderstood.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he thinks that we're
understandable.
doing extra-dimensional dumb stuff because my best guess is I started bleeding these extra-dimensional idiot cultists for money.
So are you just simply wanting to put it on record that you are protesting against this accusation? Is that all?
Yeah, with full detail of what I was actually doing.
He shoves a piece of paper that he already had ready across the counter. Gives you a little pen.
I fill it out, make special notes of, no, I didn't really think they could do anything, so I didn't see the harm in draining all of their money reserves so they couldn't do anything. Why are you suddenly trying to kill everyone?
I have another question about monsters.
Yes.
If we're talking with something because something else inhabited its head, a monster inhabited its head, and then its head exploded, does that count as a kill for us?
When you say thing,
Yes.
are you referring to a monster or not a monster?
Well, it would be, there was a horse, and then it started speaking to us because.
So the horse was a monster, because horses cannot normally speak.
My horse can.
Was this horse uplifted by a magic user, or was this some kind of vile sorcery? Or extraplanar possession?
God. It was
Something.
a god that possessed it. I think.
Something, yeah.
Alright, blasphemic extraplanar possession. Yes.
Something like that.
And so this possession resulted in the death of the horse.
And many other things, yeah.
That would not be considered a kill for you. No,
Okay,
no.
just wanted to be sure.
Banishing this entity would be considered a points in your favor.
That thing keeps exploding the heads of everyone around us.
I'm afraid I can't help you with that.
No, I know. I just feel like it's another reason why the captain thinks we're doing it.
If you could fill out the proper forms, we can make a note
Yeah, I'm
of that.
trying. Just
Thank
keep
you.
handing them over.
I'm real bad with forms. Can you fill them out for me while I just describe it to you?
He can't read.
Yeah, I can't read.
How did you pass the test?
It's been a long time. I don't remember. My Antonin. He was here with me.
Your antonym. What is an antonym?
Well, he was another monster hunter. I was my.
I see. Yeah.
The dead one.
If
you Also, are- I if can you are identify-
incapable of filling out your own form, I am obliged to offer you services in that regard. Yes.
Oh, thank you. That'll be-
So we spend the afternoon doing paperwork. And that evening.
Yes. Is the amount of paperwork it would take if you want to get your full
They're trying to claims out money.
Yeah.
I'm trying to write some kind of report that will, God knows how many years, finally reach anybody. Just due diligence.
yeah.
Because talking to this asshole isn't working. And it's really hard to stab someone that's definitely not actually going to be on that island.
So hours will pass. And you can finish filling out this paperwork. And once you do, he had to send the boy to the bank to make a deposit. But he'll hand over 2,200 pieces of gold.
So, who's getting the one extra gold?
I mean, I brought us here.
That's a good point.
You wouldn't
we
even
got
know
the
that.
It's our kills.
I did kill a lot of
This
things.
is true.
Yeah.
That's why I'm just
You're not a
asking for
monster
the
hunter.
one.
Can I take
Still
Antonin's
killed a lot
cut?
of things.
Well, yes, I think you should hold Antonin's cut for
Oh, until he gets
yeah,
back.
until he comes back. Yes. I mean, I'm fine. It's his local office. I'm fine with him taking it.
Well, I trust you to tell him no. I can't count that.
Where did the one gold come from?
Oh, I think it was an even number, and there's 3 of us. So.
Oh, gotcha. For some reason, I thought you were counting Asha in that. I don't know why.
Why would you?
This is not Ashit's job.
Right. That's not
Ashit's
Ashit's
job is putting spores in people's
I forgot that
urethras.
Ashit wasn't actually a monster hunter. So it's just 2 of us then.
I
That
can
makes
just
sense.
mention to the guy that y'all didn't kill a lot of them.
So I'll hold on to it. You know what? Let's just both hold on to half of it and then share that in the meantime. And when he gets back, then if one of us, I don't know, goes missing or something, he'll still get half his share.
Hey, give me 500 gold.
Why?
What do you mean?
You're
why?
still holding
These
on
are
to
our
everybody
kills.
else's gold that the cult gave you.
You're not even watching the children anymore. Be quiet.
I
We
never
didn't
was.
report any kills. We reported a lot of kills. It's for our kills.
I'm amazed that didn't work.
They didn't just give you money when you asked for it.
Yeah. You was mid conversation. I didn't think you could switch gears that quick.
How much money did we get out of this?
I can't count.
What was it, 2,200?
2,200 was the total that we were given to distribute as you see fit.
Well, if we see
The two of you.
Really ought to cut Asha in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, since Asha has killed things.
Should we play
didn't get
dice?
credit
Ashit
for
did
it.
call down a lot of lightning.
Just give him the other guy's
Yeah,
cut.
Ashit helped with a lot of the kills back at the...
Actually, Antonin probably doesn't need it because he's probably made a lot of money wherever he is.
Probably.
Where we're going, we don't need gold.
And I mean, it would be his fee for us having to fill out all of his paperwork.
If he needed money, he would have come back to us already, so...
This is true. So we'll
He's
just
very
give
good
you
about
Asha.
coming back.
What Antonin would have wanted. He really liked me.
Yeah, we'll give you Antonin's share.
Yeah, he did really like you.
He
It's
did.
true, yeah.
He was a big fan.
What is that, like 650?
733 each, and then one.
Should we play dice for the last one?
Okay.
Just all
How do you
roll
play
You can just
Roll?
all roll a die. Just make
Can
sure
I
you're all
just
rolling
grab
the
the
same die.
coin while they're rolling?
Do we know the rules
I-
before we roll this?
No.
Okay.
8.
13, apparently.
18.
If you want to try to just grab a
Yeah.
coin, you can either just do it because you're not trying to hide it, or you can try to sleight of hand
Yeah,
it.
I'm just doing it.
The 9 just grabs a coin from the pile.
Do you need money?
No, I won dice.
You won dice? But no, Soleil won dice.
I won because I have the coin.
Oh. I see. Okay, got it.
The clerk is just staring dismally at the pile on his desk.
I forgot. I thought Soleil won. I must have not read your die. I'm sorry.
I don't see how I would have
Damn,
gotten
I'm poor. What the hell?
So how much was it each?
How many thousands of gold do you consider poor?
Seven. It was like 730.
I think it's 733 each.
It was 2,200.
2200 divided by 3.
Yeah,
Dang.
733.
733.3. 733.
I mean, Ashit has untold wealth
Yeah,
on her cloak, so
just bust out the cloak money.
Leave my cloak money alone.
That looks big.
It's never going to be
800
used.
gold, believe it or not.
Probably not.
but you have like 9,000 gold worth of stuff on your cloak.
I have a lot of stuff.
I think we had, it's like several chests of 500 plus gems worth more.
I think I marked it on your diary.
It's
It's somewhere. I don't know how to access it on here, but I could probably figure it out.
You had 2 bags of 100 gold, a pit, 3 wooden ladders. No, 2 pits, 3 wooden ladders, 2 rowboats,
I had a boat all along.
a spell scroll containing a spell of 1st to 3rd level, 10 gems worth 100 gold points each times 2, a silver coffer worth 500 gold, and an iron door, which you can place in an opening. It conforms to fit the opening, attaching and hinging itself.
what is that? 5,600 gold.
It's a lot of gold.
This is the robe of useful things or whatever?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, nice. It's a good one.
2,600 gold, just sitting there. I'm
It's
poor.
Ashit's pimp robe.
Can you send that to me? I think I can add it in here.
Yes.
Here, I'll figure it out at some point.
Yeah. So after you do all the paperwork, it would be evening because of the logistics of all of that being when it could be done. What do you do at that point?
Do I know any place to crash?
You have an inn, apparently, unless the guy came back.
No, I want somewhere near the boat.
I mean, near the boat, there is definitely a tavern catering to sailors. There's several, actually. They're not amazing places. There's usually like the captains or whatever would just go further into the city and get a nicer hotel.
Do I have anyone who is afraid of me, whose house I can just break into?
Definitely yes.
Because that's where I would go.
We could ask where Mag went.
Hell, probably.
Ow. If you ask the monster hunters where Mag went, they have no idea.
I mean, I could just ask.
You could ask him. Would you like to send to him?
That poor man.
Hey, Mag, what are
Realizing
you
that he will never again be
Hi or
free
low?
of you.
Hi.
Yes, there's a dude whose house who is very afraid of you because there were a lot of snakes involved. I don't know, you fill in the details. And
There were a lot of lizards.
so
That's probably why. He probably was like, you can help with these snakes because you're also a lizard. And
so you slapped him and he fell unconscious.
not instantly. It started with a lot of shaking and screaming and just a lot of things that he remembers in the middle of the night that wakes him up.
And he owns an apartment building that is decently well kept.
I want to go to his house.
He has the bottom apartment.
So, I knock on his door.
He says, "What?"
Open the door or I destroy it.
A long second passes. Then he opens the door. He says, "Hi."
Me and them, I guess, are sleeping here tonight.
We'll share our drugs.
I have an open apartment. It's pretty renovated, I guess.
Yeah, you can stay the night there. I push the door open and I walk in.
Bravo.
Can you give me intimidation at advantage, please?
That was great.
Let's see, 17 plus 8, 25.
He says, "Come on, sweetie, we're gonna have a sleepover upstairs."
You're lucky I'm not like chic and steady.
And his kid goes up with him
Oh,
to the
I
next.
thought wife. Nope.
Do you want some drugs?
Yeah, it's just
They-
being hospitable.
I did say I'd share.
they just go upstairs.
Hey, kid, want to be a chosen one?
And then the guy sold his building and moved to another city.
Leave the child.
We need an orphan.
We're presented with the opportunity to make a new orphan, replace the other orphans, and we give the nanny something to do.
Man covered in bandoliers and hand grenades walks over and asks you if you want to be a chosen one.
Because of drugs. I rate his
He had soup that he was just about to serve, so you know there's that.
Oh, of course, love soup.
We eat his soup.
You all can reroll your d6
Ah.
temp HP if you want.
Alright,
If you want.
give me another natural one. Or it can stick to my hand and fly to the floor. Hello, cat.
Or another one.
Excellent.
I'm just keeping right along here.
Yeah.
See.
Well, there we go.
You can use this
We
place
now own
as
an apartment building.
as long as you want, I suppose. He's probably not going to stop you.
We've got an inn/tavern in town, an apartment building, a
I guess
cult.
we probably should have swung by Solaire's place and, collected the days,
No one working there.
The other half of
He
the
said
money.
he was coming back the next day, so.
He comes back the next day and there's half a mummy left over.
Well, it was his mummy, so it's not that surprising.
But now it's just half. Which begs the
A
question,
little
what did he do
concerning.
with the other half?
The building's not on fire, you should be happy. I'd be a hell of a real estate agent if I cared. I own your house now.
You'd be grateful it's not on fire.
I feel like if you're keeping a body for some reason, I feel like it's worse to come back and have half the body left. than the
Depends
body.
on which half.
I can't.
If it's the one you use, then
After Kitty has come over here.
So anyway, what do you do now?
Sleep.
eat his food and sleep in his bed. That I'm
Okay.
definitely too large
I'm not
for.
sleeping
There is-
with the lizard.
There are several beds in the house. Beds for 3 people.
Why were there only 2
It's a good question, isn't it?
Okay.
with snakes?
There are no snakes currently in the building. Unless you are a snake, but I don't think you are.
No, I'm a dragon.
Understandable.
You're a lizard.
You can all long rest.
Dead.
Do we keep our
Change
temporary hit dice?
nothing.
Okay.
Keep your temporary hit dice. Hit points, etc.
Aye.
You get half your hit dice.
I am only 1 point.
I would short rest to use a hit die and then get half back.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Well, then I have full health and full
I
hit die.
didn't take a scratch during the whole.
I took 1 psychic damage from Asha earlier. That's
Yep.
about it.
I got fireballed twice.
Yeah, and it did like 5 damage.
And then you got hit with a couple of Eldritch Blasts or something.
Yeah, it did like 40 damage. I just don't care. Because I can just have 35 back.
You know, being cold-blooded, it just warmed you up.
That's fair. Energizes him.
Mm.
I don't think
Yeah, say it, lizards.
cold-blooded creatures enjoy being on fire.
It was momentary.
Maybe if I was red.
After a long rest, we're going to call it for the night, and we will start up again next week when you guys set off for Turtle Island, unless you're doing something else first.
So do we technically now own the cult building too?
I mean, there's no one else to stop us.
I mean, technically you don't. Practically you do.
Yeah, I can see who's gonna come back and challenge our plan.
We would have to probably ask the bank and the city
We
about
can ask
property.
anybody for our tavern and our cult building and
Yeah, well, that's what makes
the
it
house that got burned down,
It's a good time.
and now we have an apartment building.
a lot of things. Also, I'm pretty sure that guy is just
Everybody died.
upstairs